Yo, aloha kako guys. This is Joey Cachola, Prather with eXp Realty. Today I'm going to discuss about the pros and cons of living over in Aiea and Pearl City and discuss about what amazing things that you need to go check out for. Stick around and I'll see you guys soon. Let's rock. Alright guys, like I mentioned, I'm Joey Cachola Prather with eXp Realty. If you guys have any questions about moving around on Oahu, whether it's buying, selling, or rent, please give me a call, my contact information below, and feel free to DM me or give me a text towards my social media accounts. With that being said, let's discuss about the pros and cons of living over in Aiea and Pearl City. So a quick history lesson about Pearl City and Aiea. Most of the time back in the late 19th century and early 20th century, it was used as sugar plantations up until the 1950s and 60s when sugar was starting to become, so newer communities were starting to be planned and built around there, which has resulted in a lot of multi-generational families and lifestyles. Let's get to the pros of living at Aiea and Pearl City. Pro number one, hikes and sports. There are a few great places to go and be active around the community. There's Hamama Falls over Pacific Palisades and Aiea Loop Trail, which is a 3-mile trail with views of the H3 freeway and the ocean as well. Now here's a pro tip about going on hikes. I highly recommend that you go after a rainy day. There's usually a lot of leptospirosis and bacteria going on in the waters if it's been sitting around. But after a rainy day, all that stuff usually goes away for at least a day or two. So that is your best bet to go and hike. Hamama Falls is by far my favorite one in the area because it goes with the mountain views and the ocean, going down the tree grove and rewarded with a great waterfall. Aiea Loop Trail has a big undulation going up and down with, at one point, there is an abandoned aircraft from World War II where it landed, and you'll also see a great view of the H3 freeway and the Halawa Valley. That is also home to the Heiau. Now I do want to mention that those are native Hawaiian sacred spots. So if you see anything that says Heiau, Kapu, please stay away from them and respect that space. There are 2 golf facilities around in the area. There's Pearl Country Club, which is good for tournaments and banquets, and there's Newport Driving Range, which is by far one of the biggest ones here on the island. Pro number 2, lots of malls. Pearl Ridge Mall is by far one of my favorite on the island. It has the only mall monorail connecting from Vai to Makai, containing CPK, Five Guys, Barrows, Cinnabon, and a bunch of other great restaurants. The area is also home to Aiea and Leeward Bowl, which is great for the family and the kids too. Chuck E. Cheese, 24-hour fitness, Foodland Farms, Pearl Highlands 12 and Pearl Ridge 16 theaters are around there as well. Now one of my favorite intersections is over on Kamehameha, Acacia Road, and Koala. Those intersect with Sam's Club, 24-hour fitness. So one of the things I like to do is go get my workout in, chill at the spa, go to Sam's Club and go shop around there, or hit the Walmart and then get my gas over at Sam's Club. That mall also has a Roger Dunn golf facility, Buffalo Wild Wings, Wendy's, Starbucks, McDonald's, and coming up later on in the future, there'll be another Raising Cane's. Some of my favorite local spots include Anna Miller's, Bravo's, and Kapiolani Coffee Shop, which has one of the best oxtail soups out there. Pro number 3, convenience. So all you military folks that are living around in Aiea and Pearl City, it is a great drive. It is an easy drive to get to Hickam, Pearl Harbor, Aliamanu, Camp Smith, which is the United States Naval Command, and also Fort Shafter, Makalapa Base, and there's Tripler Medical Hospital, which is that pink building. If you're going anywhere around Oahu, you cannot miss that pink building. And not to mention the rail project, which is later to be completed in maybe over 2030 or 2035. And coming from that area, it is a straight shot going down Kamehameha Highway, the H1 East, going on the Moanalua Freeway. Pro number 4, family life. So like I mentioned before, right after the plantation days, there had been a community that was built in the 1950s and 60s, and it has been a great multi-generational family coming from the Kupunas, the plantation workers. It is like a tight-knit family. You'll see a lot of community events such as the Pearl Ridge Farmers Market. Over in, sometimes in the Pearl Ridge Uptown Court, you'll see some exhibits, some performances from the local schools. There's a mini putt place right next to Down on Earth. Great childhood memory. I used to have one of my birthday parties down there. Con number 5, fair weather. Well, Aiea and Pearl City is something similar to Ewa Beach, but not as hectic down in the plain. Whereas there's mountains, we get a little bit of cloudiness, but also a lot of sun too. So an average about in the mid 80s to the lower 70s most of the year, and then dipping down into the high 60s later into the winter. But I can never complain about Aiea and Pearl City weather. It is a great place to live. Pro number 6, flexible home prices. Around this community, there are a variety of places to stay, such as Century Park Plaza, Pearl Ridge Square, and some other homes up into the mountains, on the heights, Pacific Palisades as well. Condos can range from at least $250 to up to $750, depending on your viewpoint. and also including townhouses. Whereas regular houses can range from around $750K to $2 million depending on the size of the house. Alright folks, that concludes the pros of Aiea and Pearl City. What are the cons to living around there? Not a whole lot. Let's discuss. Con number 1, no beach. We do have harbors and bays, but nothing worthwhile of sandy beaches. The closest that you can be to a beach would have to be going down all the way to Everside, all the way down to Ke'ehi Lagoon, but nothing a whole lot like Waikiki and White Plains. Number 2, no nightlife. Aiea and Pearl City do have some places for karaoke and some bars as well, but nothing a whole lot of like the glitz and glamour like Waikiki. However, there are a lot of local bars that are around that you should go check out. Con number 3, no new developments. There's not really a whole lot going on like in Kaka'ako where there's all those huge condos and everything. Aiea and Pearl City is more like a family community town, so they want to keep it like that. I would say that the closest thing to a new development in Aiea and Pearl City would have to be if you had your own place and then you would fix it up and put in new appliances to build your own equity and then resell it at another time. Con number 4, expensive restaurant prices. But Joey, we already know everything's expensive. Absolutely. If you go to Five Guys in Aiea, Pearl Ridge, you'll see that a hamburger is almost $10. Whereas if you go to In-N-Out Burger, you get like a burger, fries, and a drink over on 9 Pier to be about close to $12. The reason it's like that is because a lot of things that we receive are exported, and to compensate that, the shipping from Matson, you gotta surcharge the customer, which leads to these really expensive prices that you see at the malls, which is why you'll see pizzas at CPK at $20 and $21 now due to inflation. Alright, that concludes the pros and cons of living over in Aiea and Pearl City. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a like and subscribe down below, telling me that I'm doing an awesome job and I should be making more of these, and you guys are showing me your appreciation. If you guys have any questions about buying, selling, or renting out here on Oahu, I'm a licensed realtor with eXp Realty. I'll be glad to help you out in your journey and your process. And don't forget to give me my DM, text me down in the contact section below, as well as give me a follows on the social media platforms. Again, my name is Cachola Prather with eXp Realty, and I'll see you guys soon. Let's rock!